Rwby is a masterpiece, but not in the sense that it's perfect by any means, but in the sense that their imperfections is what makes this series so wholesome. The first 3 seasons are regarded as the best volumes, due to the fact that Monty Ohm was still alive and highly involved in the original product. Rarely do you ever see passion from a creator, but when you see that passion flare up, it's always in the content itself. That's why, if you're like me, you love season 1 through 3. Now, hello, I'm Mr. Panamaniac, here to talk to you about why you love this series so dearly. Like a baby's first hit of crack, this series has an addictive quality about it. Now, if you grew up watching Red vs. Blue, you loved Rooster Teeth, but probably thought the same thing I thought. What the fuck is this? Until one day, I got my best friend into Red vs. Blue, and we continuously watched every new episode from then on, until we got to the famous Tex fight in season 9, where she took on the entire Red and Blue Brigade. Now, my friend found out about Rwby because he realized the director of that fight was Monty Ohm himself, who helped choreograph these badass scenes that Red vs. Blue is famous for. Still, I was hesitant until one day, he asked me to actually watch season 3 episode 1. So, like any good friend, I watched it. Then proceeded to force him to watch season 1 with me, and then binge watched it all the way to season 3. From the flashy fight scenes to the cool character design, the original in-house music catered to each specific moment, and the flawed but quirky writing, this show had a sense of excitement. Like at any moment, some random object would turn into a gun, or an out-of-place anime reference would just creep up. But it worked. And for the first 3 seasons of Rwby, it wasn't perfect, but you felt that each new volume got better and better. Now that's what I call charming. And one of the big reasons people got hooked from the start, you notice that each episode was a little bit better than the last one. You slowly got more invested as time went on. Unfortunately, Monty Ohm's dream ended before he could even hit the climax of the overall series. That's why you see videos bashing Rwby online. There's this sense of unfulfilled destiny, a lack of closure, for a series that could potentially be called the best anime ever. So we watch every episode, every new volume, all the behind-the-scenes moments in hopes that the dream of this show would reignite and be featured on the #1 spot. In my honest opinion, this show could have had the same brand recognition as Dragon Ball Z. You might not have watched it, but you know what the show is called. And sure, every day more civilized folks are being converted into weebs, but when you know what a series is just by looking at a main character, in my opinion, that's when you really made it. Now, let's be real, Rwby had a hiccup after Monty passed. I truly believe it's getting better though, to this day. The issue with the fans is, it's not living up to an expectation. To some people, this is their feminine Dragon Ball Z, or Naruto, or even One Piece. It was a chance for girls to be badass, and it always felt organic. Nothing was forced, or SJW overtones, or just genuinely out of place. From season 1, we see low detail background characters. Then season 2 hits with that budget, and the background characters become visible. we see semblances introduced, auras being revealed, like how Chakra in Naruto was being developed, or even Nin in Hunter x Hunter. Hell, you even have Haki in One Piece. The power systems were revealed, and the world slowly started to feel more real, alive even. Then you have side characters like Sun and Neptune, as well as Team Juniper, even Neapolitan. All these characters you started to care about, and you wanted to know more about them. Now, I hate to reference another anime, but in One Piece, the reason it's so successful is for that exact reason. You get invested in a character that's not even top billing. That's how you know the show has a special place in your heart. Rwby is no longer a passion project of a man trying to do something completely original. Not to say that's a bad thing, cause face it, cash grabs are everywhere nowadays. Instead, it's just another show that keeps going until the money stops flowing. Now, I wouldn't say that's a bad thing. On the contrary, if it wasn't for money, we wouldn't have Dragon Ball Super. That wouldn't exist, and that series is very wholesome. But people have a hard time letting go of those expectations of what Rwby should be. And in all honesty, the work of an unfulfilled artist can still be seen as a masterpiece. So we have a young artist who never got to fulfill his lifelong dream. Just started. Yes, it's tragic, but that just makes the impact of the first 3 seasons feel more amazing. In my opinion, Rwby ended after season 3, and that's okay. Because it's not Monty's anymore, and as disappointing as that sounds, it's kinda true. So as fans, we should just enjoy what Monty was able to give us, and judge Rwby as a different series from what season 1 to 3 was, because it's not the same product. To this day, I still think it's getting a little better with each episode, but this isn't the same show that we fell in love with. There are new writers, new animators, and in some cases, new voice actors. To this day, I will always watch Rwby and respect everybody who has been involved and is still currently involved in the show. Because at the end of the day, this show was made so that we could all hang out with our best buddies and watch some dope-ass fight scenes. And deep down, that's what really matters. It's connecting with people you love over a piece of media that actually means something to you. I appreciate you for watching, and remember, my content's for passion, not for profit. Have a kick-ass day.
They'll shoot you for your socks, and they'll stick you for your shoes. When you're a super